Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Oafdiscussions. I am your host, Gary White. I said white. Kind of. With me as always.
Alternate timeline podcast.
Gary White.
Welcome to Foul Discussions.
Right.
Gary Wright. With me as always is Mr. Brent.
Ooh, what up?
And Webb, of course.
Hey.
Shayna is off in beautiful Florida, sweating her ass off. Her words, not ours. So yeah. She will be back when she gets back from vacation. Wish her safe travels and send her love. But first, before we get into anything else, I just want to get your opinion. I hope you've seen it first and foremost, because Brent's our resident Star Trek fan. As far as like everybody, I think he probably likes Star Trek more than most of us. I like the movies.
I'm a Trekkie?
Yeah. Have you seen Seth MacFarlane's spoof show that's coming out?
Orville.
Yeah. What do you think? Because I saw it initially and I was kind of like, I don't know about this, but then I saw it again. I'm like, it actually looks like it would be funny, but the only thing is, I just don't want it to be a live action, machine gun spattering of failed Family Guy jokes. You see what I'm saying? I don't want it to follow the same beat as Family Guy, because that was kind of what the thing that I think most of us kind of got tired of watching Family Guy, because after a while it became predictable. We kind of saw it coming. And it popped up on my Facebook feed is where I saw it. And yeah, I wanted to see what Brent thought about it, because I mean he's watching it now. So you've seen it, Webb?
I have seen it, yeah.
What did you think of it? This is a weird, first and foremost, welcome to Oath Discussions. It's a weird way to start the show. Get used to it. But what did you think about it, Webb?
I didn't care for it.
Really? Okay.
That's when I saw it, because it was kind of going like, oh, look, he's looking at him trying to branch out and do something different.
Right,
and then
absolutely.
it was just kind of like, oh, but no, he's still trying to play it safe a little.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't have high hopes for it.
Yeah, me neither.
Especially with the jokes that they used
Right.
during the preview or the little trailer or whatever you want to call it.
It was long too. It was like 3 minutes.
Damn there, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But it kind of reminded me. What was that?
All right.
What was that show? That movie that came out a long time ago.
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me.
That's what I was about to say
That's
too.
what it reminded me of.
Except just not as
Yeah.
not as good. No.
Right. So Brent, you watched it just now.
So I'm 45 seconds in. I already don't want to see it.
Okay. That's
And
good.
skip ad.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So it is not going to be a good Galaxy Quest or what's it called?
Star Trek.
Stormship Troopers.
Oh, Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Stormship Troopers.
That's good.
All right.
That's like a Star Wars spinoff.
Yeah.
Stormtroopers, Trappers.
Or Battleship ripoff.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It'll go. Most of the things he puts out, they'll at least have a season or two.
2 or 3. Yeah.
But I don't see
thinking.
this becoming that big because okay. The only good thing it has going for it, there's no like lane right now for any new like sci-fi space exploration shows.
That's true. Especially not
until
funny.
Star Trek comes out.
Yeah.
Really?
I was like,
Yeah. I mean,
On broadcast? Are we talking broadcast television?
Yeah,
or
broadcast.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
'Cause, I mean, what do you-
broadcast. I mean, you got the Star Wars, you got the it's like Babylonian. So I don't know. There's
as
a whole
far
bunch
as
of
live
movies
action
coming
goes,
out.
as far as
But-
live action and being funny, yeah, you don't have much.
Yeah,
Except
then-
maybe like Doctor Who. I mean, as far as sci-fi goes,
yeah,
and
I
it's
ain't
not really
watching
like
Doctor
funny.
Well, that's not broadcast. I mean, as far as like cable,
yeah, I guess
some
you
things
could
come
say
to
cable.
mind. Like, the only thing that's coming to mind right now is like The Colony on USA. There was Fallen Skies at one point that was on TNT
That ended, didn't it?
recently.
That ended
That sounds
for
about
good.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that ended for good. I believe.
Okay.
But like Battlestar Galactica, that one's,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That one's definitely, that's out of the way. There was that one show that came on Sci-Fi that came out with a game.
Just one?
Like,
Oh, you're
a
talking
year or
about
two
Defiance.
later.
Defiance.
Defiance.
I was all in on that shit when it came out. I bought the game. I was gonna watch the show, and then I played the game, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is rough."
I like how you bought the game and then
I was ready to
watched the
go,
show.
man. Because that's the way. Because see, the game released first. The game kind of prefaced the show, and then the whole idea was the game was supposed to be slightly ahead of the show, And then what
don't do that.
What the collective decisions of like that people made in the game, they would write the script of the show based on people's things. So like
the ambition was there.
Yeah. But it just kind of the polish
seasons, I think.
Yeah, it lasted longer. It lasted the show lasted longer than the game.
I finished till season 2.
Yeah.
And I think I started season 3. It actually had like decent stories, but the actual game mechanics were things that happened in the game, like what the people did in the game or decisions they did affected the show.
Yeah, and vice versa. Like if they had the other way, they would do the same thing, kind of. But it would. It just didn't pan out. The game didn't have the polish that you would hope, and it just didn't kind of.
Did you feel would that have been because did it seem rushed at any point?
I think so, but the thing is, it shouldn't have been because the game shouldn't have been because the way they had it set up. But the thing is, anytime when you're working in conjunction with something like that, where it's two separate things that are trying to somewhat stay on the same track or same story beats or same whatever release schedule ish. I think it's one of the things that makes us have so much trouble with like movie games, except for like the Riddick games, which are those kind of like weird standouts.
Or X-Men Origins.
Yeah, or X-Men Origins.
The Wolverine.
That one was pretty good.
I agree with Gary. I think of it like you all remember DC Universe, right? That game.
Yeah.
I still mess with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good game.
So if CW, while DC Universe, like as a DC Universe Online is being done, was trying to do each week, every month, tie-ins from the game into their shows, into their universe of the shows, you would see like one that would just be a strain because like certain events, you now have Arrow, maybe he does join the League of Shadows, or maybe somebody gets kidnapped because of the game, because the players failed, and now they have to like tweak the story a little bit.
Right, yeah.
So you have that aspect, but you also had like, I don't even know who DC, like World of Warcraft is done by
that's Blizzard. Blizzard, yeah.
This wasn't a Blizzard team making the Defiance game.
Right, yeah.
But it was kind of like DC Universe meets World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Type game. So it was just kind of like 2 steps up from RuneScape. Anybody that knows that game.
Right, yeah. You're right.
So
the one case where I've seen it work like cross media I guess you could say between like it's specifically between TV and game or movie and game is with Quantum Break. But the way they did it with that was like literally the way it was. You played through like a series of levels. When you got to the end of a chapter, it loaded up the show based on your things. And it was shot very well. But the thing is, they had the time to put the care into it because it was directly in the game. It wasn't like the TV people have to do their thing over here and we have to make sure our schedule over here on the gaming side. Like, no, like the TV people shot the show, every option they figured, and then they were like, here's all the footage, here's it edited together, now we can build the game around it based on the choices. This is what it'll cue as far as whatever, this is what it'll cue as far as that goes. What's up? You good?
You can hear that.
What, the air?
Yeah,
I can hear it a little bit, barely.
Okay, it's okay.
It's gonna be louder to you because your mic is on the ground.
Okay.
That's so you're definitely gonna hear it. Yeah, you're gonna hear it way more than
I just wanted to give y'all that note, but that's here nor there. So the Orville.
Yeah.
This is gonna be weird for me because it's a spoof on Star Trek, which to me, Star Trek is kind of a spoof on like a lot of culture. In a sense, kind of like cultural themes.
Would you say spoof though?
That's pushing it.
Would you say spoof?
Really pushing. I don't like that. Never mind. I don't like I see Star Trek as one of those like you could tell have a story that's relatable to current culture, right? But you do it with these, alien beings, things like that. Like there's, definitely shows. I mean, most of the key themes in Star Trek is finding yourself, exploration, growth, tackling problems,
right?
Win-win or lose-lose situations,
Right.
Relationship building. Basically, it was the first like lightweight reality show in a sense. Like
would you
go for it.
consider it like a think piece on society as far as the Star Trek series, as far as different iterations that it's
Yes,
got going on?
I would go more that route.
Yeah,
but
I like that.
but when you look at like Captain Kirk's Star Trek version with I can't think of his name. He's Captain Kirk to me right now.
About
Picard?
William Shatner or Picard?
No, William Shatner.
Shatner. Okay, yeah.
Like that was so over the top. Like most of that seemed like a spoof. Like the way they did their acting and stuff like that, it seemed like it was comical.
Right.
But that was just how like people overplayed or oversell the situation. Like there was no reason for him to be fighting a lava monster or a dude on a planet, rip his shirt, and then punch a guy. Like that's the same thing like Indiana Jones and shit does. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like a spoof in itself.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And a think piece also on popular culture, like culture in general. So
more like Next Generation was kind of more diplomatic. As far as with Shatner, as far as with Captain Kirk and how his Enterprise interacted,
he was
with
James
space.
Bond of
in a sense, yeah, it was just punch and fuck things first, ask questions later.
Right, yeah.
He was literally James Bond, Indiana Jones.
Now was it Star Trek that had the first interracial kiss?
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Kirk
okay. When you were saying like a commentary on social stuff, that's what that was.
They changed the game. Like Star Trek really changed the game.
Yeah,
it was pushing boundaries for sure.
I mean, especially talking about that time period, like when the first seasons were out and stuff like that.
I don't know if anybody can see me, but
Star Trek.
For y'all.
But yeah, so that was an interesting way to start. Always, nothing hurts a little bit. Yeah, welcome. Nothing hurts. Never a bad time for a little Star Trek talk and talking about some random ass new shows.
Star Wars gets a lot of love on the show, so I just be chomping at the bits when it's Star Trek. I think the show's going to be dope when it does come out.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah,
it's going to be dope.
What is it? Is that Fox that Seth MacFarlane show's coming on?
Of course.
CBS.
Oh, really?
What?
Wow.
CBS.
Because see, he's been so aligned with Fox.
Wait, what?
That's strange.
Oh no, that's a lie.
It's Fox.
Yeah, you all might be right. It's Fox for Seth MacFarlane.
Okay.
Star Trek Discoveries will be on CBS. My bad.
So the Star Trek. Okay.
I apologize. I read it wrong.
No, you're good. Because I was about to say, I thought he was like super in bed with Fox as far as the network.
He's Fox.
And then there's no way they were going to sit there and just kind of
give up.
their cash cow like that.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Because a bunch of people will initially tune in just because of Seth MacFarlane, but
it's going to hit. Like it's going to be interesting just because it's one, a spoof. Two, it's talking about it's going to have its Star Trek. Like, it's going to be able to make all those tropes and jokes about all sci-fi, like that genre.
Mm-hmm.
And then he normally lands on these TV shows, so.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, yeah. So, moving on.
All right.
Moving on.
How was your week?
Yeah. How was yours, Brent? You had some new things that happened, some announcements. We was happy. I know I was for you.
So this week's been good, man. This week's been good. I just finished orientation yesterday afternoon. To all those Alf and Oafington, all those OAF fans. Brent is going back to school. I'm pursuing my master's. I will be getting my master's.
Very nice.
Congratulations.
In industrial. I'm not going to say all that, but I'll be getting a master's in psychology.
Yeah, nice.
Ask me down the road what the degree will be in, and then we'll talk about it then. But 15 months, I'm looking forward to it. I'm getting everything prepared type stuff. So the question I'm going to have to ask you, and this might have to be off the air.
No.
Have you all ever rented books from Amazon? Because I'm trying to now figure out a new hookup or system to get these damn books.
Well, I mean, this could be good. I think it's something we can have on air because, I mean, it's something that might help somebody else. Somebody else might be in the same situation where they're about to go back to school. So,
this university has its own bookstore.
Yeah.
But that book costs.
But we know how expensive books are. They become exponentially more expensive the higher you go up in your education. So by the time you become,
280.
Yeah, if you go for your doctorate, the damn books get to like $1,000. Like he said, I'm going to stick somebody up out here. But I haven't rented from Amazon, but there was a site I used to use to rent from. I think I used to rent from what's the bookstore that's down here? And like I can't think of the name of it.
It's not Kennedy.
Not Kennedy. Okay. The big one, like the national one that's here though. It's in the warehouses off of Palumbo.
Oh, eCampus?
eCampus. I rented from eCampus before. Now the one, I guess, caveat that kind of works out, but it's always a gamble, is I don't know about you guys, but I always looked forward to selling my books back at the end of the semester and getting a nice kickback if that was the case. But a lot of times you usually get screwed, unfortunately.
Okay, so I can hit that on 2 points. So I normally never look forward to that because I normally got pennies to the dollar. Yeah. And I was always like, you know what? I might as well just keep these stupid books because I didn't pay 50 a pop. Let's talk low end, 50 a pop for a book at least.
That's cheap.
And then they talking like, yo, you get $7 back.
Yeah.
This ain't a car driving off the lot. Like, no.
Right. Yeah, that's not how this works.
I'm going to need you to give me like at least 80 to 90% back. Like, I need 80% back.
Right, yeah. It's not like there's nothing wrong with it. Like, you could trick somebody and they think it was new.
Unless I destroy the book. And then I can see that and be like, you know what? No. All right, so this, if I order it from their bookstore.
Right.
Like, let's say.
This is U of L, right? Like, I didn't ask you. My bad. You're going through U of L's master's program, correct? Or are you going to?
No, I'm going through Walden University.
Okay. I was wondering. I hadn't asked you that, so I was wondering.
They're in Minnesota, I believe.
Nice.
Or Maryland.
Sweet.
They're up north somewhere. They're book and mortar, like their actual building.
Yeah.
So like the book costs $260.
Okay.
Like when you rent it from them, or I think you rent it for like $50 or $70, something like that. But you rent it from them, you get a kickback when you return it.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of interesting. But besides all that, this week's been good.
Right.
No beefs, nothing like that. I think I went on Twitter one time and had a talk. I think I wasn't ranting. I think I was venting. I think I said burning bridges and shooting holes in the boats so they can't get away. Like
okay.
So it was some disrespect that happened, and you know, I had to address that. Yeah.
Right.
It was disrespect that happened. Had to address it.
Right.
And it's been good. It's been good. How about yourselves, Webb, Gary? How's your week been?
Go ahead, buddy.
All right then. This week I just borrowed the autobiography of Malcolm X from Fuquan.
Very nice.
I'm gonna sit there and just take a chapter one chapter a day, just kind of super digest it and everything, as far as get everything I can out of it and go from there. What was you about to say?
Would you want to do a review? Because I'm gonna actually read that one too. I got it in the house. Ooh. Would you want to do a we can go like maybe like a beginning, middle, end, or just like very end of the book? We can talk about it.
Off book club.
Sounds cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, because I got a couple. I'm finishing up 48 Laws of Power right now.
Oh, nice.
And I was also trying to pick up on something too. I also still need to finish Souls of Black Folk by Du Bois, W.E.B. Du Bois.
W.E.B. How is that?
It is. Well, with that book, it's fun. It's kind of weird how this took a turn. But anyway, with Souls of Black Folk, it's a lot of what you're reading or what I'm reading from it. It was like, well, I know this. But at the same time, it kind of hit. It was like, well, why am I reading something I already know about? It was like, well, shit. The fact that I'm actually know about this, and yet it's still a recurring theme, almost 100 years after he wrote this, was kind of has a little bit of kind of struck me a little bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna redo it as far as go from there on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the Audible. I got it on Audible and I got it on Kindle. So I'll just mess around with whichever one or back and forth. Go from there.
Okay.
Nice.
Shouts out to that. Shouts out to
reading.
I felt with The Art of War. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. That's how I felt about The Art of War when I was reading it. Was I already know these things, but I also thought The Art of War was going to be about tactics of war.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Like I went in it with the wrong attitude because I was like, this is going to be a general's mind, the best tactics of the world, how this like changed the world, the pincer attack, and I had like all these things ready. Not what I got.
Yeah,
So
when you look at that book initially, you kind of think like, even though you said like you went into that mindset, you kind of look at it like this is going to be a book of war strategic elements that can be applied to stuff that is not war. But then you kind of end up on the reverse of that, where it's like, no, this shit just works for everything.
yeah,
like, wait a minute. No, like, I was trying to like be like, yay, war, and then be like, but then I'll apply it to the peasants around me. But no, it's like it kind of works in reverse of that.
this man just said, "Yay, war! Let me apply it to the peasants around me."
You kind of have this like
do my bidding, dance puppets.
You got
dance.
this kind of like top down like mentality when you go into that book, but it's not. It ends up not being like that, which I think is why it's so popular. Because everybody kind of approach. I feel like a lot of people do approach it that way, but what they get out of it on the back end is
quality of life type.
Yeah, and stuff they can apply to every day, every relationship, conversation, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's awesome.
So shout out to knowledge, or not as Ty Lopez, like the Here in My Garage dude says it. Yeah. It's a knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to knowledge.
I need to listen. I need to get Audible. I mean, because that's I
You
never
have
like,
Audible.
Well,
What
I
are
don't.
you doing?
No, I need. I
I don't
know,
have
I
it.
know.
I don't have it. I
Yeah,
just
I need to get it.
that was like the first book I got from one of my trials, and I just kept it. Okay. And I might end up messing around with Kindle Unlimited, seeing as how they're kind of integrated to begin with.
Yeah.
So after Malcolm X, or after getting that, procuring that, Friday watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Very nice.
Didn't enjoy it as much as I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one, but that might have been because I knew what to expect this time around.
Right.
Gotcha.
Like the first one, it was kind of like, yo, what the hell? Who the hell are Guardians of the Galaxy? What is it? Even though I've read comics and stuff like that, their Guardians was obscure as hell.
Yeah, it's about as scary. Yeah.
And then for them to knock it out the park on some just general unknowns.
Yeah.
And then like the second time around, you kind of knew what to expect. Groot was kind of just a walking advertisement for toys. It felt like this time around.
Yeah, makes sense.
And just everybody, like everyone in the audience, and they're going, "Oh," on little shit that he does and stuff like that. And it was just kind of like, I know what y'all trying to do.
Yeah.
Baby
But no, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie. I almost teared up a little bit near the end. Ain't gonna be no bitch.
Really?
Ain't gonna be no bitch.
A little bit. They almost got me. They you know Disney. You know how they do.
Yeah.
good,
With the,
You know
with
how
the
they
father.
What's that?
With the hold on.
Yeah, no, I'm not spoiling it. I don't want to spoil it.
Not
But
father. Okay. The father, mother, daughter, brother, cousin was there. All right, now move on.
okay, you kind of lost me for a second there.
I
I was
had
like,
to, because I don't want to spoil the thing, so I'm just gonna wreck it.
He
and
just
then
threw a
move on.
confusion grenade. he just threw a flashbang and
Yeah,
to
you
spoiler.
didn't realize what was happening. My bad.
all right, yeah.
We were on team.
I got you.
My fault.
I got what you
friendly
meant.
fire
I got what
was
you meant, but I didn't catch when you sit there and threw it out there. But okay, the more we explain it, the more we're probably already spoiling it as it is. But no,
That's
okay.
so good.
Guardians was good. It was good. It didn't blow me away like the first one for obvious reasons. It's just I knew what to expect this time around. After that, I'm sorry.
Did you have a favorite person of the show? Did somebody steal the show for you? That's why I normally ask people who've seen this movie. Did anybody steal the show for you?
This time around, I kind of want to say Batista.
That's who
as
mine
Drax.
was.
I kind of want to say that just for they gave him more things to talk about.
Nice.
And the thing was, like, he was pretty underrated in the first one just for the fact that he was someone who took everything literal.
Yeah.
And for this time around, he was learning sarcasm. He's learning to lie about stuff. He's learning how to be a smartass when it comes to stuff, rather than just being this stiff.
Two interesting points
skinny ones.
about Batista, about one about this character, and two. Did you guys see that story about the whole thing that like the mom took her son to see it, and her son's autistic, and they basically are like they pretty much, because one of the things about autism, one of the conditions, like depending on what kind of autism you have, one of the types of autism is that you don't recognize like subtleties, social cues, and stuff like that. So pretty much your behavior is very similar to like Batista's. You're very literal. You don't really get
Drax.
like inside like Drax, yeah. You don't really get like inside jokes. It just come across. So like when the kid saw that, he got like super happy. He said, "He's just like me. Like he's autistic." And the mom was like, holy shit, like I didn't think about it like that. Like, so she wrote Disney, and Disney was like, that what, like, we didn't mean to do that. We can't take credit for that. But that's amazing that your son was able to, like, what's the name? So, like, now Batista's kind of like, he heard about it, and, like, I think he, like, wanted to do something, like, with the kid or something like that. And then, like, basically, like, doubling down on it, where it's like, yeah, if a very specific sect of people can find relation in a character that usually isn't represented in Hollywood at all, Disney was like, fuck yeah, like, that's awesome. Like, that's great, especially for kids.
Especially if we didn't even realize we were doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it wasn't like they were trying to shoot it. So that was that. The other thing is, he's one of the first names that's came out rumored to play, I can't think of his name now.
You can't say Bond, so.
No. The lead in Gears of War in the movie.
Huh.
Wait.
Phoenix?
Yes, Phoenix as Marcus. So could you see him with the bandana saying "Razor Hell"? Razor Hell. So yeah,
who would be Cole? That's my question.
God damn it!
Right. He was about to say something. Who would be Cole, and then who would be
the crows from Dumbo? They all just form.
They just form
this huge coon-tastic character.
Well, there's the football
other dude's name. Dom. Who would be Dom?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
if
Dom.
Batista was Marcus,
yeah,
who the hell would be Dom?
You know who could work? Maybe there's a couple people in mind I think that could work, maybe. But the thing is, they've got to be all the characters, because it is in the game. You obviously can't copy that exactly because the proportions are weird in video games.
Rock is Coltrane.
Now here's what I was gonna do. I was actually gonna either put The Rock as Dom, or cut Aquaman's hair and make him Dom, because Dom could crack a joke here and there in the game, but he was a little bit more like,
he could be Bird, the dude that's being Aquaman.
No, but he can't, like,
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa could be Bird.
Well, I thought it was Baird. B-A.
Baird.
Yeah,
okay.
Baird.
Ain't he blonde? Well,
Yeah,
it wouldn't.
blonde.
It wasn't like
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter,
blonde,
but still. Well, I mean, that wouldn't look right on.
You could give that to what's his name? Give that to, like, what's his name? Thor.
Hemsworth.
Yeah, or his brother.
We're double dipping a little bit, ain't we? It's like
Yeah,
dipping in
it.
like all this Marvel and DC,
Yeah.
Marvel and DC right there.
We'll team them all up.
This is Gears of War. We're bringing the best. We're trying
to
form a team,
we gotta,
man.
But yeah,
I seen us how Momoa said fuck
Party.
Marvel at one point.
Yeah, I know.
Momoa at one point
said
did a signature for someone and put fuck Marvel on it.
Yeah, just because he was when he first got the DC role, like, he was basically trying to, and like the dudes like the DC fans were
trying to stir up shit.
Yeah, basically just talking shit.
Well, if they're paying you checks, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right? Yeah. But yeah, no, I thought I would just throw that out
Marvel
there.
gives you a check.
Yeah.
Ride for them.
But yeah, I thought I would just throw that out there. I thought it was interesting.
I didn't even hear that. That's actually kind of interesting because, I mean, I had seen enough of the bromance on the video game.
Yeah.
But if they make this larger than life,
like, they've got to be like you've got to be able to carry that role, because some shit happens, especially if they follow the game and you get to that parts like where Dom loses his wife and shit. That shit's gonna get heavy.
Oh, they need to have that in the beginning.
Yeah,
like, I want that flashback.
So
like,
Batista
they're flying in.
So Batista has to be able to carry a lead role throughout a whole film like that. Now the action parts will be easy. It's going to be a matter of the emotional stuff. Which the thing is, Marcus is always kind of like,
he's very
he would exactly. He would like go to like a certain line and he wouldn't go cross it as far as like being emotional.
You know.
Yeah. Razor Hell. Razor Hell.
Carbon.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be Ram? That's my question.
Oh, yeah, Ram. Yeah.
Who the hell?
The mountain from Game of Thrones. There you go.
Oh, there you go. That'd be good.
Hey, that would be dope.
I was waiting for y'all to sit there and ask me because I had that in the pocket.
Get Marshawn Lynch to play Coltrane.
Actually, I would with that.
Okay, I retract my statement.
Like, good.
I retract my statement.
Yeah, because there was the football player that got mad that said Coltrane was based on him, and he tried to sue Gearbox, but they ended up like basically like be like, no, it's not.
Marshawn Lynch as Coltrane?
Yeah, it'd be nuts.
I mean,
they don't give him a script at all.
Yeah,
they just have him just in the
like, how'd you get your name, Coltrane? Woo!
Right,
I'm a star. You see my
right,
take?
yeah.
I just run over him and
He said,
over him.
right,
over
yeah. He said, how'd you kill him? He said, I hit a motherfucker in the face.
You know what I'm saying? They be like, are you
It's
late?
like-
He's like, I just showed up here so I wouldn't get fired.
I said, I know I'm about to get got. As long as I get mine before I get got, though. It's something along them lines or whatever.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, this nigga's
Like,
amazing.
Okay. We made the we just,
Yeah, we did it.
okay.
We did
Hire
it. Yeah,
Hollywood
yeah.
holla.
Yeah.
Hollywood holla at
Yeah.
us.
Holla at us.
Yeah.
Because we already got your movie
Reach
made
out
up.
to us. OAF Discussions.
Yeah,
At OAFdiscussions.com.
We'll write it. We'll write it. It'll be good. It'll be good.
And OAFdiscussions@gmail.com
Yeah.
and on Twitter.
We'll write it. We'll take care of you. You'll be all right.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. Oh,
Gary, how about you?
yeah, mine was good. Mine was kind of
I'm
same
sorry.
old same.
One
you got
last
more?
bit.
My bad.
One last
Are
bit.
you
One
gonna-
last bit.
I hope you don't say exactly what I was about to say.
Okay,
go
no,
ahead.
I doubt it. I doubt
actually
it.
hope you do.
One
Go ahead.
last
What was
bit.
you
No,
about to
no. One last bit. I was with the wife and we were hanging out with some family, and we had an interesting debate regarding one of our people, or Fuquan sitting there talking about maybe growing dreadlocks.
say? Okay.
And there was an interesting conversation how that came up as far as the position that he works at, which is kind of like a position that a lot of us work at, is kind of button up, blue collar, or not blue collar, close to white collar,
almost. Yeah.
almost white collar
Absolutely.
type, and how the perception of a person in dreads as far as the hiring process or the perception of people,
Yeah.
and that was I really wish I had recorded that conversation and like kind of posted that up there.
That's
but
awesome.
it was super interesting because it kind of came across like back to me reading Souls of Black Folk.
Yeah.
I didn't get to articulate as many points as I wanted to on account of me drinking a little bit. Well, we all were, but still.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And as far as I didn't get to really articulate as much, and there's kind of like this two sides of being black and in America, as far as this perception that you want white America to see for you or to see of you.
Right.
And then there's also this wanting to embrace your blackness or sit there and be more in tune with your heritage or your culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then trying to find that little balance. And it was an interesting conversation as far as how that went about. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's
like,
cool.
I'm sorry.
Did you remember any of the big points? Did you remember any like topics? I mean, I have my thoughts on this, but
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
We can.
I was
I mean,
just
if you
curious.
want, we can probably come back on this because I would love a few more points on this, like Shayna included as well, and like
Let's come back to it.
yeah.
We'll save it.
I'd
'Cause
rather
it's
put a
something
pin
that's
on that.
timeless.
I was ready. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, we got to start cooking over here.
It's something
About to
that
start cooking.
It's an excellent conversation, but something we can definitely have. I would like to have Shayna.
Being the man that had dreads.
Yeah, I was about to
and
say
worked
absolutely.
in corporate.
Yeah. And your brother too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah.
and promoting through,
Yeah, absolutely.
through corporation, that type of life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say we come back to it. But no,
Yeah. Let's
the-
put a pin in it.
No, I was just gonna say my week was pretty straightforward. Running around in the news biz. So running around all over the state as always. Chasing tornadoes on Friday, doing that kind of shit. But yeah, so nothing too crazy. I picked up Prey this week. I've been playing it for the past I put like 5 hours into it. It's really good. It's creepy as shit.
I tried watching some people doing
good,
let's plays
man.
of it, and
It's weird because it's one of those things like when the reviews initially came out, it had problems on PC, so it got hit pretty hard, especially by
bugs
IGN.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a
irony.
there was a critical. Yeah, I know, right? There was a critical save bug on PC that Dan Stapleton at IGN experienced, where basically he couldn't continue the game. So Bethesda sent him a save file to basically get him past it, and it happened to him again. So he ended up giving it a 4 out of 10 initially, which is bad on IGN's 100-point scale. So then that got patched out actually the day that the review went up.
Yeah.
That got patched out. So they was like, fuck. So they actually went back in and fixed it. And then they upgraded to an 8.0. And initially when I was looking, I was like, I was excited about it. And then I kind of came back to it, and I was like, I don't know if I want to pick this up right now. And then I kind of looked at it again, read the reviews and stuff, and I went ahead and picked it up. It's really good. As far as like you're stuck in a space station, you don't know what the hell's going on initially, and you have this huge like space station that's open to you to like explore and stuff like that. But the nice thing is it's you have this opportunity to kind of like go back and forth and stuff between this place.
yeah. So as far as
Aw,
it's
I
like,
thought
hey, what
that
up?
was a
Hey, how y'all doing?
There we go. Shouts out, ladies.
My beautiful girlfriend,
Really?
and my beautiful daughter just came in.
Really?
Gave me
My
kisses.
goddaughter can't say what's up.
She did. She waved at you.
I didn't see
Say
it.
hi, Brent.
It wasn't in front of the camera.
Brent.
As yeah, a little close. There it is. There it is.
Hey.
All right, y'all be careful. But yeah. So I mean, it's really good because like the main enemy in this game, there's this alien presence on the space station.
Mm-hmm.
The main enemy, the main smaller enemy, are called mimics. So basically, the way they are these small, like spider-like, almost like they look like just like tentacles that like crawl across the ground. But the thing is, they can morph into literally anything in the game, any item in the game, anything. And it's one of those games where you're picking up scrap and like recycling it in order to make ammo and your weapons and stuff. So it's one of those games where you want to / have to go around and pick up everything. So you get fucking paranoid because you'll hear something scurry and then all of a sudden you'll see a lamp fall over. And then you'll walk over there and you'll realize there's 2 lamps. And you'll be like, come on, bro. And then you'll go to pick up one and then it'll try to attack your face. And then you're like, God dang it. And I mean, they turn into guns. They turn into med kits. They turn into ammo. Like anything you can think of, they will turn into. And then it kind of advances from there. I've like found like there's full size like humanoid versions of them that like don't morph into anything, but they are like way more powerful. But it's awesome. It's a really good game. Has nothing to do with the original Prey, if you remember that one.
Oh, with the Native American. I remember that demo. Yeah.
Back on OG Xbox,
like 06.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with that game at all, which is very interesting. But yeah, other than that, kind of move from there. Yes. I don't know, babe. You have to find it. It's upstairs somewhere. It's probably on the couch. I didn't do anything with it.
So,
I can.
I'll just chime in.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead then.
I was wondering how that game was going to be actually. With Prey. Have you had a chance to check out anything?
I've checked out a Let's Play of it, and I've just kind of seen people mess around with it, and that little paranoia aspect of it is kind of dope. But as far as trying to watch it, it doesn't have the same effect for somebody that's trying to watch it as compared to somebody that's actually playing it. So this is actually definitely one of those games where it's kind of going like, you have to be there, you have to experience it in order to enjoy it or get some enjoyment from it and go from there. Oh, you can hear all of what he's saying still?
I can hear you, and then this is like him and Daddy Mo. Get my keys, go to the car.
I know.
Don't you pick nothing from the ashtray.
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. Sorry. No, I had one more other thing. The game looks great. Sorry. My bad. I apologize. Sorry, everybody.
This is beautiful.
But yeah, so game looks great. If you have a chance, pick it up. The only other thing I was going to say is if you guys saw it, because I wanted to get you guys' opinion on it. Did you see that? I guess it's Paramount. Yeah, I think Paramount offered Jordan the Jordan. Is it
Jordan?
Jordan
Peele.
Peele,
for the Lovecraft.
They offered him Akira.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Jordan Peele was offered Akira?
Yeah. Jordan Peele's the Get Out director, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They offered him to write and direct Akira, and he turned it down in order to do this Jim Crow horror movie for HBO. So he's going to do a horror movie that's based in Jim Crow.
Actually, I seen that.
Yeah.
And as much as I want to be interested in that motherfucker's gonna piss me off.
No. It's not direct. It's not just Jim Crow stuff. As a matter of fact, yeah, J.J. Abrams is also kind of attached to it as well.
To the Akira?
No, the series, the HBO series.
Really?
It was actually a Lovecraft Country, which let me double check. I think it was a book.
Okay.
It does take place during Jim Crow America. That much is certain. Lovecraft Country, based on the book of the same name by Matt Ruff. This is an anthology horror series following 25-year-old Atticus Black, which is the most Jim Crowish name.
I feel like that name has been used before.
Well, there's Crispus Attucks, and then there's
that's true.
Atticus Finch
Yeah, that's what
maybe.
I'm thinking of.
Unless you're thinking,
I think that's what I'm thinking of because I know that Atticus' name was first.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Joins up with a friend and his uncle to embark on a road trip across Jim Crow America to find a missing father. Must survive and overcome both racist terrors of white America and malevolent spirits that could be ripped from a Lovecraft paperback. I just got I kept this Variety article specifically for this because somehow I knew this was going to come up. So yeah, Jordan Peele's sitting there doing big things now. As far as after the success of Get Out, as a matter of fact, that budget.
It sounds like a supernatural. It sounds like a racially charged version of that show, Supernatural.
I can see that.
That's what it makes me think of.
There was another horror movie that took place during racist times. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this, called The Burrowers.
No, I haven't heard of that.
Not the Borrowers. That's something else entirely. The Burrowers.
Okay.
And it takes place during the Wild West, like during like Western expansion type shit. And it was kind of scary, but that movie made me so angry at white people at the end of that movie.
Really? Yeah.
It was just like, it was almost like a PSA type of movie, as far as that horror being a metaphor regarding the consequences of Western expansion.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, I was kind of scared because I was kind of scared watching the movie, but when it got to the end, I was like, "Oh, you motherfuckers!"
Got you.
Now,
I didn't want to I didn't want to interact with white people all week at work.
It's so funny because I'm
Why aren't you speaking today?
Right. Man, you just knock something off the desk and walk away.
I'm remaining silent, just like those you silenced on your. It's like,
whoa, Jesus.
Gosh, easy there, guy.
The funny
thing, Thanksgiving yet.
I have this kind of like mixed thing with that I don't want to see happen, and maybe it'll after this when it won't happen, because Jordan Peele's clearly like we already know he's good and talented beyond measure, but I don't want this to be his only type of movie that he does.
He's making the lane. Like, it's not like
that's true.
But it's him making his creative decision for this.
Absolutely, which I'm glad he's doing. But does no one else have a part of them that would love to see him direct Akira, one of the most iconic animes of all time?
Well, we just got into that whole discussion regarding Ghost in the Shell some time ago too. As far as it's like, do we really want an Americanized version, or is it more of a?
Don't get me wrong. I just want to see where his head would
Not saying
go.
we can't have one, but it's just like we just had Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, and I feel like
maybe ease up.
I wonder, and that's what I'm thinking. I don't want. That's the kind of side thing of it. One part of me is like, I would love to see his interpretation of that source material, as much as I want to see his interpretation of this source material that he's going to do for HBO. But at the same time, I don't want Hollywood to suddenly think they can start pulling like comic book moves with all these animes.
They already do.
Well, no, not really. The first one is Ghost in the Shell on that scale. It is. On that scale? On that scale.
Are we talking about The Ring and The Grudge? Are we forgetting?
No.
As far as adaptations, or are we talking about strictly anime adaptations?
I'm talking about anime.
Okay.
Strictly anime. I understand what you mean when you say that, though. That makes sense.
The car racing one.
What, Cars?
No.
Speed Racer?
Mach 5. Speed Racer.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
They're about to do Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
They've done several DBZs.
They keep talking about doing
Ninja Turtles.
They keep talking about doing Full Metal.
Ninja Turtles wasn't anime, or wasn't Japanese origin. Yeah.
Fair.
They keep talking about doing Full Metal. Yeah, that's what I mean though. That's like what Webb just said, exactly what I mean. Like, of Japanese origin, kind of like the classic.
The Guyver. The Guyver was the earliest memory I have of an anime being adapted.
What year was that?
Oh, that was like early '90s. It was around like it pretty much looked like a adult version of Power Rangers.
Oh.
As far as like the monsters in like these little suits, and you can now sit there and see it's like this Power Ranger looking dude, alien type dude, straight up killing the monsters, and the monsters straight up actually killing humans if they get too close or things of that nature. So that was a little bit of that. Was Edge of Tomorrow based on the anime?
Now, I was trying to figure that out, if it was based on either a book, an anime, or a comic book. I think it was book, wasn't it?
I thought it was book.
I thought that's what I thought. I thought it was book 2. I didn't think it was anime. Do you have a pen?
I do.
I just need to write something down before I forget it real quick.
Yeah.
But like, I want them to do like Basilisk. That's what I would like them to do. Like Basilisk, Rurouni Kenshin. I like to see a Gundam live action movie. Like I'd like to see Cartoon
Trigun.
Network, like that first big Gundam with Zero and all them that had the kids that were like suicidal and all that.
Yeah.
Are you talking about
some of these.
Huh? No, Gundam Wing.
Oh, okay. You said.
But I just remember the dude's name was Zero. Like the third one, that dude had the
RX-78, or with the shield and gun. And they also had like an energy sword. Are we talking about the very, very first Gundam?
On Cartoon Network?
He's talking about the. I think you're talking about the same thing. I'm pretty sure.
The very, very first Gundam that came out.
Because that was the model number of that one.
Yeah, where they kept sending Zero, kept trying to like die every episode.
Well,
little kind of like white kid with a green shirt, something weird like that.
Oh shit!
There's so many white people in anime.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
People that are
which
perceived
one
as
it is,
white.
because it was like him, and they put basically all the other Gundams, and all of them were like basically like pretty much suicidal. Like they were all just like, fuck it, I don't want to do this no more. And I just remember like they all had dope weapons as their Gundams.
Gundam
but
Wing.
I want to see a live action Gundam Wing.
Gundam Wing.
Like the one with like Heavy Arms and Death Scythe and Sandrock and Heavy.
Yeah.
Did I already say Heavy Arms? I probably did.
You said Heavy Arms. Yeah.
Okay. Gundam Wing. That was the one that caught my attention to that whole series. But yeah, I can't remember which one. I can't remember which one to the right now.
The one with the endless waltz. That's the one.
Okay, yeah, that's I think that's Gundam Wing. Yeah.
No, my whole thing is like the material, the source material, as far as especially for us who grew up watching this shit and reading it, it's very interesting, but it's very easy for it to lose its charm if Hollywood just goes in and starts fucking trying to make every goddamn one of them.
I do got a question.
Okay.
What's up?
Do you all remember seeing so there was Hunger Games, and then there was
the Battle Royale, then Hunger Games.
Bloody Royale, right?
Battle Royale was
Battle
first,
Royale.
and then Hunger Games. Yeah.
Yep.
Was that one an anime ever, or was it just a manga, like a series?
I think it was just a series.
Well, now now since we have Google, so
I don't
we can
think it was that.
I don't remember that being based on I thought it was an original movie, but that could be wrong here.
I mean, it has a whole story. You know, I don't know which came before. You know.
Oh, it is a novel. Well, it looks like it was a novel.
Yeah, like
novella.
I know it had story material, but I didn't know which one came before. Like, was it an original movie and then the story came afterwards, or if it came?
Okay, it was a novel that was adapted into a manga that was adapted into a movie that then grew a adaptation that was a novel that then became a movie.
Again, all right,
okay,
all right. So I feel like this happens a bit, but Jordan's got his own little lane happening here, and I want to see how it goes with it, because he's bringing horror genre kind of back in a sense, even though I consider his last movie Get Out more suspense, not horror.
Right, exactly. But absolutely, I understand that. I'm
curious to see how he bridges that gap.
Which, that genre clearly
Stephen King.
Yeah, like we said, I mean, like we both know, I mean, that genre is one of the genres that needs a kick in the ass. As far as like suspense, and even like you said, like some people do define it as a horror movie, but yeah. But
I am reading the Dark Tower.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
I found it on
YouTube.
After I saw that preview, I was like, "Fuck," because like I've heard about that book from friends for years and been like, "I'll check it out eventually."
Yeah, I read one of the books,
and then after seeing that preview, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, all right, like I'll take this. Okay, now on to my last piece of, I guess, news.
Or how your day went, or
this is my how week. I like how my week always just turns into fucking just a news feed, because that's all I do is I just fucking take in all this stuff over the week, and then I just regurgitate it out on the podcast. All this nerdy news. The last thing, which I thought was very interesting, definitely interested to get you guys' perspective on this. I know you guys have probably seen by now, but Tom Hardy is going to play Venom. He got cast as Brock.
Eddie Brock,
sorry. So yeah, what do you guys think? Because I'm very interested. I know I know it's a standalone. Sony's already said that the Venom movie is going to be the Venom movie. They are, even went as far to say that it's going to be more towards a horror and scary vibe than it is going to be towards a comic book movie or obviously anywhere close to what the Spider-Man movies are.
Okay.
I just find it interesting because, like, just for me, my experience usually with Eddie Brock and Venom is normally and not to say that Tom Hardy is like an old man, but he's obviously beyond what I see like Eddie Brock's age as. And then obviously Venom ages throughout the comic books, and there's our different storylines where he is different as far as like Eddie Brock and the character in general. But I just found that interesting that, like, we're going to do Venom as his own movie. Tom Hardy's gonna play him. Like, wait a minute. Like, the fact that that's where their head is very interesting to me, that they're not just trying to make a this is like it's a spooky Spider-Man. Like, that's what I was worried about, is that they were just gonna like, oh yeah, it's a character over here that Spider-Man always has to deal with, but not this time. Let's see what he's doing. But just obviously the acting talent there is the potential there for that, but I just find it interesting. I just wanted to get you guys' perspective on what you guys thought about that casting.
So I'm at my opinion on it. Let me preface this with a question. Brent, have you ever seen this movie called Bronson?
Ooh, yes.
Bronson?
I still say that's the reason he got the Bane role. And I will die on that hill.
Is it still on Netflix?
I haven't looked in a while.
Okay, if you get a chance, catch
if you
Bronson.
Can find it, watch it. It's fucking excellent.
Because he killed that role as far as what was it? Charlie Bronson is the actual this person in real life who was just the most belligerent Englishman.
He was the most notorious criminal in British history.
I have not seen this.
Okay.
Excellent movie.
I heard it's supposed to be his breakout movie, like one of his big...
I'd say so.
Yeah, as far as like people being like, oh, this motherfucker can act his ass off.
I think that probably put him on the map.
Yeah, definitely.
So, as far as for him to play such an intimidating person, I could definitely see him pulling off a horror character.
Yeah.
Especially someone as like volatile as Venom.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Okay. I didn't even know. Didn't even know. That was good. So yeah, as far as him having that particular range, and as far as, with horror movies, it's as far as if they want to go the scary route, it's better if the focus is not on the monster as much.
Right.
And so they kind of could definitely sit there and show Eddie Brock's descent into a person that wants Spider-Man dead and then became the anti-hero that he was famously known for. It's like a person who sometimes just outright eats bad guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah, I am.
Where they're going with that, and I'm all aboard, especially if they got Tom Hardy in there. And like you can see, as far as Eddie Brock, he's supposed to be like this ex-bodybuilder type person.
Yeah.
And as you see him get for the roles for Bronson, for Dark Knight Rises as Bane, for that MMA movie he did called Warrior, like he can definitely look the part.
Yeah, he can.
He can look the part. He can definitely. There's no question as far as him acting the part.
Yeah.
So as long as they got a good script and a good
writer and
direction for it, then I'm all aboard.
I'm very interested.
I'm with you. For this, when I heard it, I wasn't like too surprised. Like I seen some people like, oh no, yes. Like I wasn't too like it didn't matter to me who they picked. With Tom Hardy, until he drops the ball, if you pick him to be your lead for whatever it is, especially like Bane or this Bronson or whatever it is, like I want to see what he's gonna bring to the table.
Right.
Because I think he's gonna have, if he hasn't had it already, soon he's gonna have a role where he's gonna go down as like the Heath Ledger of like as he was for the Joker. Like he's gonna have this like iconic role where he just knocks it out the park crazy that will be his stamp and legacy.
Right. I understand it. It makes sense. Yeah.
So maybe this is it. maybe it's not. I don't know, but
Very nice.
I'm looking forward to just hearing more. I want to see what what his costume and everything's gonna look like. And I just want to see what they're gonna do with the story.
Yeah, sweet.
Oh, there was a now that I think about it, there was this short film that was made by the same person that made that rated R fan film of Power Rangers.
Oh man, that dude's good.
That same dude, he made a short film of Venom, and it was kind of scary as far as that particular aspect. You could tell. I mean, it was obviously low budget, but they did a damn good job as far as playing up that aspect of it, kind of still being a horror movie, but at the same time a little bit. There was some comedy. There was a little bit of comedy in there.
Oh, that's good.
Thrown in there. So if you get a chance, check that out. Yeah. So check out that.
I'll throw it in the chat.
Yeah. Check out that
the podcast group.
Definitely check out Bronson.
Check out Bronson. Check out the Venom fan film by I can't remember his name. But just try Venom fan film. I think it's called Investigative Journalism or something. Journalism is in the title.
Okay.
So check that out.
Sweet.
And
now, moving on, something a lot different. So throughout this week, one of the things that happened, I guess it started this week. I feel like it started
It was like
week.
Tuesday, and it just kind of blew up out of nowhere.
So there is a new. I mean,
there's a GoFundMe.
I'll let you explain.
Or not a GoFundMe. There was a Kickstarter. As a matter of fact, let me get back to it.
Yeah, I'll let you explain.
10 crack commandments. Oh hell. Okay, it disappeared on me. All right, so there is a Kickstarter that went viral regarding trying to get support as far as creating a male version of a romper known as, or they were titling it Romp'em. And as anything that happens on Twitter or anything that happens on the internet in general,
right?
You throw something out there that's unconventional, it's going to get made the fuck fun of.
Yeah.
People are going to make fun of it. People are going to clown it, or they're going to sit there and have some think pieces on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there were plenty of memes. There were definitely plenty of think pieces on it. The think pieces kind of got on my nerves, which is probably something we'll come up and discuss later here. But with that said, with the memes, as far as male rompers, did any of y'all have a favorite, or any of y'all have one that's just always stuck to mind with you?
I think mine is Khaled's.
Oh, he's standing by the door frame.
Peeking out the door frame. Come out so I can see.
When you're trying out your romper, and it's like, and your girl says, "Come out so I can see it."
Yeah, that was good. There is
I think mine is one of my favorites is the dude and the chick are laying in the bed. He's got his back turned to her, and it's like titties on back, and he's like. And it's like unzips the romper, slides romper to the side. Yeah. There it is, slides romper to the side.
That's so
that one I was like, oh, that's y'all silly. Y'all silly.
Yeah.
There was one that I liked that was kind of funny, that was kind of reminded me of the laying in the bed. It was like the Donald Duck meme where he's like, he looks grouchy in the bed. And it was like when your girl tried to slide your romper to the side.
Yeah, that one's good. That's good. I like that one.
There was another one that I thought was funny where it was like when your girl gets mad for you wearing her romper, but then you get on her about wearing your hoodie.
Yeah, that was good.
I haven't seen that one, but I think I like that one.
They
had another Donald Duck one where it was like, somebody help me out of my romper with
with his normal
out.
with his normal clothes.
Yeah, that was
somebody who's gonna help me get out this romper.
The other one's funny. They used the Family Guy one too, where what's the name? Peter walks in the bathroom, and Lois is putting on her outfit. And it's the exact same outfit, like dress that Peter has on.
It was like, well, one of us
gonna have to change.
Yeah,
that was.
Go ahead.
Did y'all see the video where it's like the chick's like driving in the car and she's just like just on her, and she's like in the front seat of the car driving. It looks like she's almost doing Uber, and she like looks up and was like, "Hey, you in that yellow romper? Hey, how you doing?" And she's just like hollering at him, like straight cat calling and everything at the dude in the romper. Good. And it never shows the person.
That's good.
And then the dude, and then it was like, oh, your girl let you out like that? Something. I guess like the dude wasn't feeling it. It was like, man, you ugly anyway. Anybody want your little stank, little no dick print, romper looking? And she just like went off and then pulled off. Like, hilarious because I was like, you know what? I've heard those conversations with somebody was like hollering at somebody walking down the street,
and then they get mad.
Whoever they was like got mad, wasn't feeling. They was like, man, yo, stank. It always goes bad, like instant 180.
The other one that I really like too, that I was laughing, is the one that they pulled from LeBron's game, the first game against the Celtics, where it's like it says like somebody posted up the video of LeBron, and it's like LeBron, he's at the free throw line, and he's like looking, and he's like. And he's like,
he keeps looking.
And he
to
keeps
the side.
looking.
And
he's like, when your boy comes out in a romper and he bends over and he's low key thick, and you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
I have not seen.
Yeah, that one's funny.
Wow.
LeBron, he's like, what the? Wait a minute. Like, wait a minute.
You ever seen that movie called The Retreat? With what was his name? Vince Vaughn and Donald Faison.
Okay,
or Faison. Is it Faison Love or Donald Faison? No, Donald Faison's Turk, isn't he?
Yeah.
Faison Love
is the big dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Huh.
I forgot about it. Yeah.
That's crazy. But anyway, Faison. So Faison Love, you know that scene where he was just, where he loves being buck naked in a lot of his movies.
Yeah, he does.
Where it's in there, he was out on the pier and just butt ass naked, just looking off to the side.
Yeah.
And somebody said to say, well, how you gotta look when you gotta take your romper off to pee?
That's good.
Was this couples retreat?
Couples retreat.
That's what.
Okay, I thought it was the retreat, but okay, I stand corrected.
That's what I was thinking about. Yeah, was couples retreat. That's funny. God, man. So yeah.
So those the memes. So we got our favorite ones there.
Yeah.
Let's kind of meet in the middle here before we get into the think pieces on it. So, what are y'all thoughts regarding a male version of a romper being out and about?
My thing is, I feel like it's one of those things. Like, now here's the thing.
Oh yeah.
It looks, whenever they show the pictures, there's a few pictures that have been floating around that have men already in the rompers, like very well done. Like they look like model. They look like a J.C. Penney shoot or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The one with all the white frat boys.
Yeah.
It honestly looks right. It honestly looks like I could totally be at Kingland and see all you motherfuckers wearing it.
Well, yeah,
I'd crack jokes and keep moving.
And that'd be a change of pace, from the normal Keeneland clothes, like the official "Do you know who my dad is?" outfit, that they got with the blazer and
the blazer, the polo, the shorts that are like bam, and then like the salmon colored shorts.
Gosh.
Like that's a step up. Okay, now the other ones that I see, like you can tell, it's like all right, like really, like it looks goofy. Though now one of the other ones that I really like, and it was a video. This ain't even a meme, but one that Starks did. Our buddy Starks from here in Lexington did.
Yeah.
Where he's sitting in the car and he's like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" He said, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Yeah, man." He said, "Hey, man, what you got on?" He said, "Oh, man, it's that new shit, man. It's a romper." He said, "It's a romper." All right, and then like this music comes, this sad like piano music, and he just like starts looking at the camera like all sad. And then the other dude, you hear the dude outside the window like, "Hey, cuz, what's wrong? Hey, what? Hey, you want me to come closer?" And he's just like looking, and it just starts zooming in on Starks' face. It's the funniest thing. But that would be my reaction if I ever saw anybody like in public with one on.
Okay.
Because here's the biggest thing: it's too close to your balls falling out. That's pretty much what all it is. That's the main thing I'm worried about. That's the main thing I'm worried about.
Now you just reminded me of that damn Comic View skit that you love.
Oh, which one?
I got a little dick, but I got some big nuts.
I got some big nuts. Guess what I'm supposed to do with some big nuts? I can't do nothing with that. Hey, girl, I got a little dick, but I got some big nuts. What? I can't do nothing with that. What the hell's wrong with you? Yeah, but that's literally my main concern. Which that was funny because somebody posted. I can't remember what. I think it was either LSU's coach. It was some SEC football coach. There's this famous picture that came out years ago, and he's like on the golf course with his buddies, like golfing.
Yeah.
And he's like sitting in the golf cart, and he's got one leg off, and his balls are like hanging out of shorts. And you're like, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what happened. Like somebody posted up, and I was like, well, this is exactly what you might as well get used to.
Wow.
And like that's my thing. Like it's too much. It's some garments, like. It's basically a short set version of like a jumpsuit that a painter would wear. That's what it kind of looks like.
Some of it kind of looks like, yeah.
Like at least like the ones that I've seen, like the ones they had of like army fatigue color ones and shit. I'm like,
or like a sexy mechanic.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it looks like a Halloween costume.
Well, you know.
Right, yeah. It looks like
They always have those slutty or variants for Halloween. Yeah. Slutty mechanics, slutty
is somebody's toilet slopped up?
Slutty
What
plumber.
the hell? If y'all get out of here.
Was it air traffic controller?
Yeah, it's weird stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like something that one of the YMCA people would have wore. Like the Village people, there should have been one person in the romper.
You know what? I'm willing to look. I'm willing to bet there probably
was.
Been
somebody in the romper.
Well, image search.
There's another really good. This is just gonna be a splatter and a memes because it's the easiest way to describe this. If you haven't seen it, and if you have seen it, it just gets the point across even better. But there's that famous picture of Ron Osley out in front of the club back in the 70s with his boys, and they all have on those very like 70s outfits, like the silk shirt that's like got one button down near the belly button, and they got on like bell bottoms and like tight pants, and they're like, this way all y'all gonna look with all your boys with your rompers on. Like that's exactly the image that pops up in your head when you think about that. But I don't know, man. I mean, there's been some weird stuff in fashion. I could totally see it happening.
Oh, it's happening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
it will. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
but yeah, it's
just make the shorts a little bit longer.
my thoughts.
Make the shorts a little bit longer, man.
What's your thoughts, Webb?
Okay.
Why?
Brick got this look in his eyes like it's the bottom of the ninth, and he got 2 strikes, and he's about to strike the fuck somebody out.
Well, hold on. Yeah, he's itching. No, he's itching too much. Let's go ahead and let you throw. Let's go ahead and you take the floor.
I want to hear yours.
All right.
That's funny.
I couldn't rock it. So simply for I ain't got the calves for it. My wife sit there and already told me, it's like, nah, your thigh's too thick for that. It's like it's not going.
I love that.
It ain't gonna work. It's gonna look a little too. It's like you're gonna look a little. It's like look a little too feminine in it,
honey.
It's like, well, thanks for shaming me. It's like just because I like to squat,
right? Yeah, just because I work out. Jesus.
So as with most fashion things, there's gonna be some people that can rock it, and there's gonna be some people that should not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we came across this with skinny jeans. We came across this with
Daisy
leggings.
Dukes. I mean, we've
Daisy
done this
Dukes.
a bunch of times.
Oshkosh. Like the old school hip hop overalls, the overalls look. You know, and that's the stuff that I remember growing up watching and seeing stuff like that. So
the OPP. The OPP look.
Yeah. It is what it is. Like there's gonna be some people that are going to rock it. There are gonna be some people that are going to rock it and actually, you know what, that suits you. Fuck it. More power to you. There's gonna be some people that rock it, trying to ride a trend or ride a wave, and it's like, no, you had no business doing that.
Yeah. That's gonna be the best part about it, is picking out the people that are just trying to like do it just because everybody else is doing it and be like, hey, you need to stop.
And most of the people that I've seen doing it are kind of like the kind of types that look like models to begin with. I've seen some bodybuilders and what looks like it, and it's like, well, you know what, that's almost kind of practical for them,
right? Yeah.
And it's just kind of like it's more accentuating certain features,
right?
That actually, and like, you know, some chicks are actually cool with it. And if that's what you're wearing it for, if that's the call dropped again.
Dropped. I'll try to call it. Keep going.
All right then. And it doesn't bother. Honestly, truth be told, that's somebody's prerogative if they're going to sit there and rock with that shit. I'm not too crazy. I can't say I'm worried about it. Can't say I'm crazy about it. I know for a fact I'm not going to do it because the jokes will be flying too damn hard for that. So yeah, as this Skype music accompanies you. Playing. Now, the music I should have been playing while we were talking about this was Romp Shaker by Das and Effects. I should have been playing that. This would have went as Romp Shaker. So roll with that.
Oh man, that'd been so funny.
So he's not going to pick up, is he? Or is he trying to call us?
He might be trying to call us at the same time.
Go figure.
This is what happens when you use Skype, ladies and gentlemen, for your thing. Or when your internet just does random
No
stuff
shade if we get a sponsorship.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to just let this run the whole thing. It's saying connection thing, so hold on. I'm going to stop it so the Beatles.
All right, then. So, well, then let me try to think of more stuff to sit there and discuss about it. So, I knew Brent was ready to say something about it because he was itching. I should have let him sit there and spit that.
I would have wanted to go off in the middle of his thing. That would have been the only thing about it.
That is true. So, as I said, Okay, this kind of goes in. Right, my next opinion about it kind of goes also into the think pieces about rompers,
Right.
and how the think pieces kind of annoy me because some people get fake deep when it comes to shit like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We haven't had to worry about outrage culture this week as far as this discussion, but there he goes. Go figure. Now he's trying to jump in. And so as far as think pieces go, that kind of annoy me is that they sit there or think pieces and people on Facebook or cats doing memes talking about how this is an attack on masculinity, and just kind of looks like, did it go through?
No, not
okay. So yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm mad you didn't get to catch all that. I kind of had the.
Well, we just got filibuster.
I kind of had to filibuster a little bit within the time it took to get you. So let me go ahead and get here. Let me get your opinion now that we got you before I get into the think pieces and go from there.
Yeah. What you got? Can you hear us?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
yes.
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
I was just making sure.
I'm mad I missed because you was on a roll and I wanted to hear that.
It was amazing.
So, in this week that I've heard about this, I've went from, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Who came up with this bullshit? Mm-hmm. And then I've slowly gotten to the point to where now I'm just kind of like, if you want to rock a romper, rock a romper.
Right.
You look in the mirror before you go out. As long as you cool with that look, don't matter. Like, it ain't gonna matter. Because it's kind of the same way I had to be when people saw skinny jeans and people would be like, oh, that's feminine. Why dudes dressing like this and that? And I was kind of like, so what? Like, what does that hurt for me? Like, how does that change my life, my perspective? Me personally, I'm not going to be rocking a romper. And I say for a couple of different reasons. One, it looks like the NBA short shorts again. And I'm never going back to NBA short shorts, like that style of clothing ever again. I'm glad they banned, like, it's not in the league anymore.
Like the white man can't jump outfit?
Yeah, like that thing. I got pockets deeper than those rompers. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
It won't pass the hand test, the fingertip test. If you was in high school, like, it's not longer than your fingertips.
Right,
so I feel like you still can't wear it. The other thing is, I don't feel like it's a very, like, I don't feel like women pull it off great in general. Like, I feel like certain body types can definitely pull it off. Like, in this one, I think there'll definitely be some people, guys too, that'll be able to pull it off and whatnot. But even for women, like, when I see a chick in a romper, like, a few times am I like, oh my goodness, that looks good. Other times I'm just like, Right. I guess you were out of jeans today. Like, okay, you threw on whatever that is. I thought a romper and a jumpsuit were the same thing.
You couldn't be bothered to find a clean shirt and pants, could you?
Right. No, just gonna wear that.
Just the pants.
Okay. We got flats on, heels, whatever.
Right.
So when it came to, you was bringing up the point of the modeling, I actually saw, like, when I saw the white guys, and no offense to the white guys, like,
no offense.
It always portrayed to me as like a big joke, as if like this is what a whole bunch of people were doing to like make a joke or be like, hey, we know this is funny, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Right.
Kind of like guys' night out. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's just gonna do something crazy.
Yeah.
And this is the crazy thing they came up
with.
Like
a bachelor party, and they were joking.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And
that's good.
When I saw all the guys, when they had, like, you know, black guys, things like that, they were always like the GQ, like everybody had the 6-pack abs, like the romper was never zipped up.
Yeah,
they were always showing off like the whole midsection, like
they
this.
Look like
linebackers. I was sitting there thinking, like, so if you ain't got 6-packs, can't really wear a romper, huh?
No.
I was like, because it don't look like everybody's got to be a sexy mechanic.
Right.
As you all said, everybody has to be a sexy mechanic.
And I go work.
So that was my whole thing. I think today's society is just like gender fluidity. There's your masculinity and femininity are becoming more fluid. Like, they're kind of mixing now. So when I see people basically wear things that I would attribute to more of the, like, feminine side,
Mm-hmm.
At this point, it's kind of like people are just bridging that gaps, and everything's kind of unisex now for most people, like, or for a lot of people out there.
Okay.
Unisex things are becoming unisex.
Okay.
Whether by default or not, like things are becoming unisex.
Right, that's what you're saying.
So you feel that it's less boundaries as far as what is considered feminine, what's considered masculine now, as far as when it comes to like say fashion or expectations of like finance or relationships or something like that. That could also kind of go into it.
I think today's society is pushing those boundaries or breaking those boundaries now.
Okay.
It's I think there's never been a time besides maybe the 60s and 70s maybe
I'd probably say the 80s.
Are you thinking 80s? I'm thinking
because of because how shit gets real androgynous in the 80s.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so 80s. This is basically that new era of that, because like this has been done before. Like Prince was out in assless chaps and heels. You know what I'm saying? Like, like this has been done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like this is the new wave of it. I do think those boundaries, like there are boundaries, but who cares about the people that are the gatekeepers? That's the point. Like, if you're the gatekeeper of those boundaries, who the fuck cares about if you're like, oh, that's feminine, oh, that's masculine? Where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Right.
And some things kind of change back and forth as time goes on any damn way. Like, for example, high heels used to be worn by men for when they rode horses.
Yep.
As far as the color pink, it wasn't considered a feminine color until like the 1920s, 1930s.
Yep.
Right.
So, shit goes back and forth as far as when it comes to like gender role, as far as what are mandated gender roles and things of that nature, as far as the think pieces, which I was about to bring up before we got back here, or once we finally connected with you. As far as the think pieces, and they're talking about, oh, this is a threat to masculinity. Oh, this is making our black, or it's like this is another thing that's attacking our black men, and it's like fuck out of here, dude. It's like
it's like no, it's
like okay, keep going. My bad.
Oh well, no, go ahead, because go ahead.
No, so when I hear that, because that was the first thing I started seeing was like, oh, this is because it was like I've seen things of both white and black people, and then. So the white guys, it wasn't affecting their masculinity. It was only like I kept seeing it like with Twitter and stuff like it was like, oh, the black guys, this affect your masculinity. I was like, okay, one, masculinity is just all males in general.
Right. Yeah.
Like
it's not
that's
not
not
racially
a race
biased. Yeah, exactly. It's not racially biased.
Like it's not racially biased. Like it's just universal.
Right.
And then I was like, so tell me how this affects one's masculinity. They put on a romper. Okay, they find one chick who likes them in the romper, and still what? Still have sex, still get the number, still go on a dinner date, still talk to them.
Now that raises another question. Another question.
What question?
Does she like me for me, or does she like me for my body in this romper?
I'm not a piece of meat.
So many women.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Every woman at the club.
God.
I thought she was gonna
just because I dress this way.
Does not mean.
I thought you were gonna go a different route because
that's fucking funny,
a chick once asked me.
It's one of the best stand-up bits ever. Just because
it was something along the lines of like some women are like tomboys, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
But she asked a question that was like, why do you like me? Is it because I can hang out with you like another guy? Like I could be like one of the boys?
Right.
Or is it like because I'm a woman or my personality or something like that? And that's where I thought you was going with that question. But I didn't phrase it up right because I was like, okay. If a chick sees you in the romper and thinks it's feminine, does she like you because you are feminine?
Oh, that's what you're thinking.
Or because you're the guy and like and she just likes, I guess, the romper.
Okay,
whatnot.
Okay, that's an interesting question.
I mean, yeah,
that's an interesting question.
That's a matter of taste on the female side. I mean, some females like the guy who dresses in very indifferent stuff. I mean, some same thing with guys. Some guys like women with very particular style choices, and they're like, oh, I'm attracted to like a woman who Where's whatever it is. So that might just slide in there just like everything else, where it's just like
feeders.
Yeah, I like right exactly.
but when you was talking about the think pieces, I was like, how does this affect? Like, how does this truly hurt everybody? Like, now everybody becomes what? Silly. Pansies, sissies. What are the things they're gonna throw out there? Like now people are becoming feminine. Right. So black guys are too masculine or too aggressive, too this and that. Then it's like it's always an extreme.
Exactly.
Yeah. So because you wear a piece of clothing. So if you wear a scarf, does that make you feminine?
Right. There's we'll see that kind of.
That's why I don't get.
It's gonna. There's always going to be something like. Well, in a way, actually, you know what? In a way, this kind of is outrage culture in a little bit. Yeah. We come back to this. We may have to change the name of this damn podcast.
Welcome to outrage culture.
But
it's like that Bill Burr stand-up bit where he talked about that, where he was like, it's so hard being a guy because you can't fucking have any emotion. He said, I can't even use a fucking umbrella. He said, if I'm around my friends, like, what are you using, an umbrella? You fucking fag.
What? I haven't caught that. I need to watch that.
Like,
what? He said, I don't want to get rained.
That was like probably one of the best jokes.
Yeah. He was like, I can't wear a jacket. He said, I'm out here just. He said, what are you, cold? He said, no, I'm just thinking about something really hard.
Like, and so it's kind of funny because, like, as far as there's men's rights activist type cats that are sitting there going like, oh, masculinity is being threatened, this, that, and the other. And it's not so much being threatened. It's just, as you mentioned earlier, Brent, where it's more of as far as these particular boundaries or these guidelines or these particular gatekeepers.
These social norms.
These things are listed as social norms. It is now, just kind of forming more of a melting pot as far as ideals or as far as ideas and, trying different things. Fashion's going to do some silly shit as far as fashion goes.
But how's this any different from the 80s when everything was androgynous?
Androgynous.
I give up. I'm not gonna go for it.
All right, fuck it. All right.
It's not working.
I don't see it. I don't see it any different, to be honest with you.
And if these people weren't raging then,
hell, fucking Eddie Murphy and Delirious and Raw,
right?
Hell, just clip off, just cut it at the knees, and that's a romper. Cut those leather things out at the knees. Well, granted, it's leather, so that's a whole nother issue there.
This
as far as chafing and whatnot.
Leather.
What's that?
Now does it become sexy time? Like, does it become the party fit because it's leather?
I'm envisioning just nothing but chafing as far as a leather romper.
It's Mr. Nasty time. Be like off of Friday.
Like, I was thinking, like, this seems like this is going to turn into like a swimsuit for guys. Like, this seems like like something that like people are going to go to the beach and instead of like switching outfits, they're just going to jump in they're going to free ball, go jump in the water with your romper on, come back out, let it dry, and then go to the club. Like, that's what this seems like, a one and all fit.
I thought he was going to say, like, go to a restaurant or something, not go to the club. Damn.
Straight from the beach to the club.
Nigga, you smell like salt.
It's already a lot of salt and ass already in there. So what's one more?
Right, yeah. Jesus Christ.
You smell like salt. Nah, that's just these fucking haters around me, bro. That's all that is.
That's all they like is salt.
Oh, my God.
They number one flavor. Salt.
That's so terrible. That's funny. That's good.
But we can talk about the think pieces all you like. Guys, is there any more think pieces that you heard?
Well, that was the basic gist I got as far as think pieces go. As far as, like, that's always a common complaint when it comes to anything going on. Hell, like Little Uzi, just as a matter of fact, another complaint is like, oh, you see these rap artists, like these music industry, they're sitting there trying to sit there and feminize our young black men, so they're more susceptible and this, that, and the other. It's like, take that fucking tinfoil hat off, bro.
Right?
I just, some of them think this. That's why I can't stand Facebook sometimes. Is that it's just this layer of fake deep.
Yeah.
That they go through. True. And it's almost always on Facebook, and it's like that general population that you come across, and it's kind of hard to avoid because people are the type of friends you have. They kind of you get to see everything that they share, and some of them have these type of opinions. And as far as outdated society or social norms, as we mentioned earlier,
right?
And like this doesn't like as we said before, there are some people that can rock the shit out of these. male and female,
Right. Yeah.
point blank period. Like,
Right.
so just let them rock it and go from there. I mean, this is probably a fad that's gonna die down any damn way.
Absolutely.
And once it's over and done with, we can sit there and just laugh at you or whenever your on this day comes up, and here you are posted with your romper, and whether you want to share it or not.
So I put out a challenge. Anybody that goes get them a romper, and you're in the Facebook group,
Yeah. Take a picture.
or part of Twitter, you know any of the post yourself in with clothes. Like don't send no sleazy ass romper thing.
Spread eagle
with the romper.
Taking a picture of spread eagle in front of the body mirror.
Yeah, like
only be standing. Your balls will fall out.
No ball shots.
That's
please.
on every tag when you buy a romper.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're not that damn short. Well, what depends. Some of them
I
kind
mean,
of
how
like.
tall are you? Like, you know what I'm
depends
saying?
on
Like,
height.
that's how
Yeah,
I figured.
that's
Like,
all I think, too.
I don't think if I put on a romper, that motherfucker's coming nowhere near my thigh. Like, I think that mug is gonna be
Yeah, that's true.
right above the knee.
like kind of like boxer briefs.
Yeah, your boxer
kinda
briefs gonna be
like-
coming out the bottom.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, well.
I think boxer briefs might be longer than a romper.
I wouldn't be surprised if some sit there and just rock commandoed with it.
That's what I figured. I was like, why would you rock it? But it would have to be chafing. Like, that would have to suck. Like,
Yeah, it would.
like,
It can't be
and
comfortable.
then where's the zipper at? Is it in the front or the back?
I thought there were. Well, I've seen some with zippers. I've seen some with buttons.
I think you
Voice
take it off like
cracking.
a shirt, like from the front, like Hulk Hogan style, and then you just
So you hop in it like a
take
onesie?
Yeah, you take it off and then it drops.
So
Well,
will onesies become a thing?
Pretty much.
Like, for people to rock outside.
yes,
I
it's
could
a
see it
fashionable one.
happening. Like not
It's
not
a
in
one-
Kentucky. I don't
it's-
see it happening
no.
like in Kentucky.
It's a onesie short set. I could see it in like SoCal. I could definitely see it in
Florida or
Yeah, Florida.
areas like with beaches and shit or piers.
I might give Florida a pass. It's so damn humid and hot down there.
people on
It's
boats.
so hot down there. Like y'all can do whatever the hell y'all want to. It's hot.
Yeah, I'd see it
Watch
more.
out, watch
Yeah.
out for gators.
So like,
baby, get the towel. Get the towel. Just
well,
running
when you
away.
if you run from shit, that's a little more. That's probably an aerodynamic outfit.
Yes.
Less layers, less fabrics to sit there and just floating
Yeah.
and going from there.
Nothing's
I
flapping
just
in the
see a
wind.
fire being made because of a romper. Like, just a small fire being made when you run. I don't know why.
That's good.
So yeah, as far as some people rocking rompers, I'm going to expect that more during the summer around beaches and piers.
Yeah.
People on boats, that type of shit.
The closer you are to water,
The more
the
it makes
percentage
sense.
increases that it's okay. If you
I
live
just don't want to see it.
yeah, I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it either.
see it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like. I'm never gonna be the person that gets mad and be like, "What the fuck you wearing that? Look at this bullshit. You wearing this fucking ass romper. You ain't
Right.
shit.
See, this is what's wrong with America. It's like,
Like, whoa, wait a
What's
minute.
wrong? What?
Yeah.
Because you wear a romper, you don't pay your taxes or something.
Right. Yeah.
Because I ain't never seen nobody shoot somebody with a romper on. So
Yeah. Oh man, I
it
can't.
ain't
I
the murder
can't-
fit.
I can't wait to go to that news story.
Your local drug dealer
Yeah.
selling his
Wait.
stuff with this romper on.
I can't wait. First RIP shirt, dudes in a
With the
romper.
romper. With the gold chain.
Or-
with the gold chain.
or an RIP romper.
RIP romper.
Romp IP.
Ah,
Romp IP. There you go.
That's
romper.
great.
You know what you gotta wear
bury
when
me
you
in
carry
my-
the
bury-
casket. Everybody
yeah.
gotta wear a romper as they carry the casket.
Yep, bury me in my romper.
Bury me in my romper. Oh god.
Wait to the Met Gala next year. We'll see if anybody has one on the red carpet.
But what the hell do people wear with the romper, like shoes wise? Do you wear J's?
I think you can
Tim?
wear anything. That's the thing. You could probably get away with
Chain
anything.
I would
Wallabies?
probably imagine loafers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like
if
those
we
really
talk, if we still
expensive
talking,
loafers.
well, if we still talking boating and type shit.
Yeah. Loafers,
Or-
no
Sport coat with
socks.
it?
Loafers, no socks. Sport coat?
Sandals
I think the
or flip flops or some shit.
I think
however
the
you.
pants the shorts are too short, where it would make the coat look weird. But I mean, it's already
Wait.
a romper, so
It's gonna be look weird regardless.
yeah, that's true.
Oh, you
shit
could probably
Val
sit there and
Venis
have like a
wear.
little prep boy style with the sweater on top.
Oh, nice.
Do the sleeves.
Nice.
Sit there and why are we getting fashion ideas? Why are we trying to come up with fashion ideas for the damn romper if we're not wearing them?
Welcome to the romper.
This took a turn.
Yeah, see, this is how you end up in a romper.
This took a turn.
That's how you end up in a romper.
Now,
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
Said his wife said you won't look right in a romper. You let your thighs too thick. She didn't say you couldn't wear a romper.
Yeah,
very true.
Like,
this is
ain't
true.
Gonna be right.
No
more squat.
It just changes scenes after this podcast. We're in the trying it on. We're like, oh damn it! Wait, what happened? How do we get here?
Gary looks out, and this girl's like, "Come on out here, let me see."
Yeah, no, I'm peeking around the corner like Khaled.
All the old '90s music in the background playing while you trying it out.
Yeah, it's some Ace of Base, some it's some Ace of Base, some Miami. some Miami sound systems blaring out of the dressing room. So funny.
Groove is in high.
So good. Yeah.
Oh, Tom's Diner.
Tom's Diner. Yeah.
Gypsy Woman.
Oh God.
No, yeah, Gypsy Woman especially.
Yeah, that
walking
would be
around
good.
in a romper.
That would be good.
Jesus this took a turn.
Yeah, it did. Guys,
speaking of turn,
post in the comments and let us know if you're gonna wear a romper.
Speaking of turn,
please.
Brent posted a picture on the group chat towards us regarding this sexual position that is known as the Amazon.
We'll finish here. Pun intended.
Talk to him.
Okay, so the sex position known as the Amazon, it looks exactly like missionary, where you get it's almost like missionary, where the position where sometimes you pick up the female's legs and you hoist them up for easier penetration.
Right.
However,
sounds like a commercial.
This is exactly what.
That's real.
This turned into Talk Sex with Web.
Yeah, it's like see
HBO show.
See what happens when you have Room for Relations guest star.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to them. Shout out to Room for Relations. But the difference in the Amazon sex position is that it is the man that is on his back with his legs up, and the woman she's not penetrating because she's still being penetrated.
Right.
But she is the one in control.
Right.
So
cowgirl. Kind of like cowgirl.
This is not like cowgirl.
No, it's not.
She is
literally straddling him.
She is straddling him. His legs are up. She's holding his legs up. She's not being fucked. She's fucking him. Is basically what it looks like.
Yeah, that's good.
The Amazon warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just think missionary, but the gender roles reversed.
Yeah. As soon as you start this position, that music kicks in from Wonder Woman.
In the background? My bad, I didn't hear you.
No, I was saying as soon as you do this position, that Wonder Woman theme kicks in.
Oh, I was thinking
that comes out in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Like I was thinking, when you do this position, you got to play Usher in the background, trading places.
Oh, that's good.
That's good. Well.
Wow, that's good.
You put it's a lot of thought. Well, that went deep. That went deep. Oh wait, just like just like the Amazon. Oh, she got deep.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, well since you threw that picture out there, what are your thoughts on it, Brent?
I don't know how I feel.
I just saw something on my phone too at the same time, so it lined up perfectly.
Okay, so the perks of this is apparently for the guy, this might be like one of the best damn orgasms you can have.
An orgasm.
All right. Apparently that damn good.
Sweet.
The weird part, like with the picture, the woman who was on the dude, like picking his legs up or whatever, putting his legs up in the air, she was like, "Whose dick is this?"
Oh, that was somebody's story. That was somebody's story that made it, that he wrote about that position.
Yeah, so it was like comments on it.
So they were like, the chick was like, "Bitch, whose dick is this?" And then he was like, "Yours." So he felt humiliated after that, which brought up another thought of like, do chicks ever feel that way when a dude's like, whose pussy is this? Who's, you know what I'm saying? You like this, like when people are talking dirty, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But like with the dude, he felt embarrassed and ashamed afterwards. He was like, I can't even look at her the same anymore. And then apparently now, every time they have sex, she's like getting to that position. That's really weird because I don't know if I've ever heard a chick be like, "Yo, get into that position." Wait, what?
What? Wait a minute.
What's going on here?
Right? Yeah, pump your brakes.
But the position itself, I've never tried it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait till I get married for that one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was gonna have to be some ultimate trust issues right there. Like I'm gonna have to feel real secure because I don't know how I feel about like I don't stretch like it.
Yeah. Everybody involved has to be in shape for this damn position.
Like
this ain't no fat people position.
If somehow I was being stretched and I was like sore from a basketball game, whatever, I'm getting stretched, my legs already up, something like that, and then next thing you know, we fucking like that somehow. All right.
I guess
that's probably one of the very few positions that she can literally fall on your dick. So.
Right. Yeah. But tripped, fell, landed on his dick.
Yeah. That works.
Like that's I just don't know. It seems real awkward. Like it seems awkward as hell.
Yeah, it does.
Like, what are y'all thoughts? Like, what are y'all thoughts? Because
as someone who is married,
right,
I haven't done that. I haven't done that.
I would have liked a longer pause.
Yeah.
As someone who is married,
I was like, oh, this is about to get.
Everybody's on the radio. Everybody's looking at the car. That's what I'm about to say.
No. No, I can't say I've tried that. As far as something wanting to sit there and do something like that, that is definitely something that I feel that person who told that story about the position did, or that's where they went wrong as far as not really communicating as well as they should when it comes to something like that.
Yeah.
Especially for him to feel like ashamed or feel a certain way and not look at her the same way or have her look at him the same way.
Right.
This is definitely something that I feel like they probably should have spent a little more time on discussing before interacting, and spend some time period after the fact, because that's definitely what it sounded like that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. I think you're gonna break up.
There's a pretty good chance if he doesn't feel any sense of trust, or if he doesn't feel a sense of being less of a person.
She just slaps him on the ass. Good game. He's like, and he just rolls over like shaking.
Right. Fetal position.
I wasn't even playing.
That's funny.
I'm not even on your team. What? Where is that from? Somebody gets the good game pad. And he's like,
oh yeah,
I'm not even on your team.
Yeah,
man.
That was old comic view shit. They slapped him. I'm
with you on that, Webb. I think there really should have been some communication with that. With that story.
Yeah,
as with
that couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As with any sexual position, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because because shit gets real problematic as far as when it comes to sex, and you don't communicate as well as you probably should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As far as people have consent for up to a certain level,
right?
And then it's like, wait, no, I'm not comfortable with this, and going from there. I'm not saying that he felt like he was like, well, obviously he enjoyed it, but at the same time he still felt that a lot of his liberties. We maybe manhood, maybe like so much as far as his liberties as a person, kind of felt violated as far as like, wait a minute, I'm not comfortable with this anymore, and now I'm being looked at upon as like this being the norm for me, and like do I submit to this? Like, do I submit? Did I submit as far as like this is a permanent thing now? And that aspect of him feeling like it's not even like less of a man, it's just more of less of a person. Because if a woman was there to try a certain position and this wasn't communicated well enough, and she had a super bad experience with it, and at the same time it's like, and the guy just carried on throughout it until finished or until completion, and then for her to feel a certain way about him, or feel a certain way about the position, or feel a certain way about sex in general, that raises just as many questions, I feel like.
Okay, so you want to keep going? My bad.
Well, I feel like I kind of stopped at that point. So, my takeaway from this is that this is, as far as, no matter how crazy the position is, just communicate with your mate about this. Like, communicate with your mate, point blank, period.
Communicate with your mate.
True. Gary, we're going to get your thoughts too. But I'm going to ask and I think Webb touched on this a little bit. But what are your thoughts on if this guy, like after it finished and he now feels in this weird space and he tried to communicate at all with the woman, and then now she's like, no, that's the position that I want to do every time. What do you think? Like, how could he better handle that to make it clear that he doesn't feel comfortable in that position?
It didn't seem like on the post that he made, it didn't look like he actually even communicated that. A lot of this felt internalized as far as how his thoughts. Now, granted, this could have been like point blank period. This could have been somebody making a joke post.
Right, exactly.
For what it's worth.
Yeah.
But at the same, and like, you know, for you to sit there and, you know, put it out there for the sake of anonymity. There we go. Yeah.
Yep.
Anonymity. Yes, got it. For the sake of that, I could sit there and imagine you sitting there just putting it out there and see, and like, it could either be for laughs or it could sit there and be for a conversation. And if this was a true person, if this was an actual person to put this out there, what were your intentions there? Was this for laughs or was this for a conversation piece? If this is for real, then you should just as much as you're willing to put that out on the internet, you should be willing to speak with your mate about this and communicate with her how you really felt about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and if she's going to sit there and if she laughs it off or if she wants to continue doing this or they were doing that position and you're not cool with that, then that's probably going to say that's probably going to say a lot as far as where this relationship's going to go.
Oh yeah, that's going to be potential. Gary, you want to chime in your thoughts on this position or anything of it all?
No, I'm just going to say it all comes back to, like you said, communication and everything like that. Oh, I don't see anything wrong with it from
we can say logistics standpoint.
No.
You said logistics?
Oh, there's definitely some stuff that can be wrong with it from a logistical standpoint. Motherfucker catch a cramp.
I doubt it.
Maybe.
I doubt you'll catch a cramp.
But
you're not really doing anything. They're holding your legs up.
Oh yeah, I know, but
you could catch something.
Yeah, if your legs. But yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it.
What do you do with your hands?
Right. Yeah, I see nothing wrong with it, but I think there has to be communication.
Put your head in them in shame.
like I just seen this as like
wipe away the tears.
Gone wrong. Like the chick like puts the dude's head all the way up against the headboard, and then this is the position he's in, and then the headboard's just rocking on him the whole time.
Yep.
Like that's how I see this position gone wrong.
And then she puts a pillow over his face.
Oh, over his face, like shut up.
But then he turns to the side, and you just see him like looking out between the crack of the pillow, and it's just playing. What's that song that the sad clown song by was it that opera song? It was like
oh, okay.
It's like zooming into his face. Just one single tear, like one fucking single tear.
That's just wild.
But yeah, for everybody out there in Overton.
Yeah, we love you guys.
I think we can sum this up. If you are trying positions or trying new things with your, anybody, your spouse, partner, whatever it is, and you find that, you went the route and tried it and you don't like it or you do like it or something went wrong and you weren't feeling so fulfilled,
right?
Talk to your partner. They should be mature enough to hear you out, understand, listen to you, and make adjustments accordingly.
Absolutely.
So if you're like, no, stick to your no and don't do it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like they definitely should respect your boundaries and what you like and don't like, since it's a mutual thing. Like it's shared energy. So
absolutely.
Okay. That was deep.
Absolutely. That was good.
Damn it, I need to quit saying that when it comes to this.
Guys, thank
Sharing
you so
energies.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us again, as you do every week. We appreciate it. Sorry about the miss last week, but we're back again.
We're not sorry. Life
happened.
Yeah.
We out here living, man. We need a break.
Well, we thank you guys as always. You can always reach us at Oafdiscussions at gmail.com as the email. Drop us a line. Let us know what you think. Comment on the YouTube. It's Oafdiscussions, youtube.com/Oafdiscussions. Oafdiscussion.com is the website. It'll take you right to everything. We are on everywhere. iTunes, fucking
Podbean,
Google Play,
Stitcher,
Podbean, whatever you want to call it.
Now
Stitcher.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Oafdiscussions on Twitter.
Yeah, and I just found this out too. This is a good thing. I actually found this out, and because it was always kind of an inside joke thing with one of the podcasts that I listen to, but it actually works. If you type in groups.com/whatever, like podcast, talent, whatever that you want, it'll automatically give you everything as far as like all their YouTube videos, all their podcasts, like automatically.
So you talking about, I just put in my Google search groups like
www.groups.com/Oafdiscussions. It should give you like every YouTube video that we've ever done and every podcast. It'll pop up automatically.
Somebody try this out. Send me a screenshot of what it looks like.
Because the joke was always that I couldn't get the Facebook.com/group/. It's weird. The actual URL for the Facebook group is a lot more complex than we say, but if you go to Facebook and just search Oafdiscussions under groups, you'll be able to find it and join that. There's a lot of cool people in there. Yeah, and guys, thank you as always. I am Gary for Webb and Brent. This is Oafdiscussions. We will see you guys next time. Peace.
Adios. Deuces.